Oh, straight into it? Alright, cool. Straight into it.
With your video games? Your library is full, but it's leaving you feeling empty inside? If you sat down and played your entire games library from beginning to end, by the time you finished, you'd be 9,000 years old and everyone you loved would be dead, including you. Yep. Don't let this happen. There is a better way. Hi, I'm Tim Schafer from Video Games, and I'm here to tell you the good news about Day of the Devs. Day of the Devs is an all-volunteer curation committee that plays hundreds of games so you don't have to and brings you the very best of them to show you at places like this digital showcase that you're about to see today. How much does this cost, you might ask? $5 million? $10 million? Absolutely nothing. Day of the Devs is a nonprofit.
Yes, Momo, yes.
Supported
Don't
entirely
look at
by generous
my wish list.
contributions from people like you and also our generous sponsors. So all you have to do right now is sit back and prepare to be inspired. Enjoy Day of the Devs Digital Showcase.
I'm excited to introduce the first look at a new title from
I remember her.
Interactive
Lauren
and the
Scott.
developers
Lauren
of
Scott from
No
last year.
Goblin. Ever wanted to live the fantasy of casing a place, gathering intel, and pulling off a heist, all as a mysterious master thief? Well, in Snap and Grab, you'll be able to, and the developers are here to tell you how it's done.
World premiere.
Hello! I'm Sasia, Senior Level Designer and Artist at No
Oh,
Goblin.
she's got a cool retro
I'm
shirt.
Jamie, Senior Animator at No Goblin, and we're excited to share with you No Goblin's new upcoming game, Snap and Grab.
Here, Momo, these games might be more your...
Snap and Grab. What
pace.
does that mean?
I'm glad you asked.
Maybe.
Picture this. It's the 80s, and you are nestled between high fashion glamour and high ticket crime.
Oops.
As Nick De Nevada, the world's greatest photographer, you'll be tasked with visiting a variety of rich and lavish settings, in which you'll have one question on your mind. What will you be stealing tonight?
You said no? Are we just taking pictures? Yeah. Oh, look, there's a corgi. Optimus Prime, okay.
In Snap and Grab, you will do cool crimes with only your camera and your crew.
As you visit each venue, you will snap a variety of high-ticket items, and anything that might help or hinder your crew's chances of getting to them.
Then, you're done snapping. You'll use your photos to assemble your own step-by-step plan for your crew to grab your future possession.
Okay.
Just be sure to consider anyone who might get in your way, including Rio, a detective who's been on Nifty's trail for quite some time now. Who knows when she'll catch up.
As your anonymous deeds make headlines, you'll attract new crew, giving you access to new ways to snap and grab.
Will
Okay.
you be able to plan
That's actually
the
not a
next
bad
perfect
concept,
heist?
honestly.
Or will your heist fail spectacularly?
You gotta like take pictures and plan your heist. Not bad. A cool concept. And title to go with it too, Snap and Grab.
We can't wait to see what you plan next.
Okay, his arm
in
looks like it
Snap and
bugged out.
Grab.
Available early next year on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Does Untitled Goose Game ring a bell? It was one of the very early Day of the Devs games, so early in fact, that when we asked the dev what the name of the game was, they asked, do they have to have a name? You know the rest of the story. House, based in Melbourne, Australia, is developing a brand new kind of experience that's unlike anything else you've ever played. But I'm not the right person to describe what it is. Better served that these anthropomorphized ant, duck, wobbly creature things do it for you. Take it away.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
We're House. You might know us because of our Goose Game. And we're here today to show you around our new game. Ooh.
I'm not.
It's a
I thought this
cooperative
game. I
multiplayer
thought this
adventure
game was
made for
out
friends
already.
to play together.
I forgot
It's
about this
called
game.
Big Walk.
It's a tricky game to describe, but it's mainly about doing two things, talking and walking. So talking, it's a big part of Big Walk, and we've put a lot of work into making a proximity voice chat system that feels natural and playful. You'll sound different if you're speaking up close,
Hello.
or far away,
Hello.
or in a tunnel,
Hello!
Or over a walkie-talkie?
Hello? Over.
Or behind soundproof glass.
Nice.
In a situation like this, where you can't hear each other, you'll need to find other ways to communicate.
Oh, this
So
is
we've
cool.
given you lots of ways to point and gesture.
Oh, this is cool. I
and
like
plenty
this.
of tools to stay in touch when you're out of earshot.
I like this.
And if you can't use voice chat, or you just don't feel like it, we've also made a proximity text chat system, so you can play the entire game that way as well. Hello.
The game is set in a big open world that we've filled with all kinds of stuff. To see it all, you'll need to go for a big walk. Exploring as part of a group is a special feeling. Our chat system makes it important to stick together, so navigating the world of Big Walk requires lots of teamwork and talking.
Oh, that's that like pass.
As you explore, you can split up and go off on your own adventures, or even lose each other accidentally. When you're apart, you won't be able to talk face to face, and so finding your way back together isn't always straightforward. If you get lost in the bush, don't worry. You'll find plenty of ways to stay in touch and find each other again. Hello? If anyone can hear me, please shoot up a flare. Thank you.
This building behind me has a challenge in it. Completing challenges like these is the way you make progress through the game. They're all about teamwork, and they're all a little bit different. A lot of them are designed to let you find funny and surprising new ways to talk. You might need to do some miming, or come up with a special code, or even sing to each other.
Okay, so you want to find a speaker that's like, ooh, wah, wah, ooh, wah, wah, ooh, wah, wah.
They're not all about talking, though.
No, I love this.
There's a
I
bit
love
of
this.
platforming in there, some sports, and some weirder stuff too.
Stop.
Our
Oh, this is
challenges are
cool.
open-ended and leave plenty of room for you to do things your own way. Like the rest
Nah,
of the
this is
game,
good. This is good.
challenges in Big Walk are about the joy of muddling through things together.
So that's Big Walk. There's heaps to see and do, but there's also lots of room to just hang out in between. We think there's some real magic that happens when you forget your plans and find yourselves doing something else entirely.
You can sit and watch the sunset,
Tell stories as you wait for the night to pass.
Go dancing.
or you could steal your friend's binoculars and kick them into the ocean.
Nice.
Oi.
Sorry.
We hope you enjoyed this little tour and got a sense of what we think is so special about this game. We made Big Walk to be a nice way to hang out with your friends in a video game, and we hope you like playing it as much as we do. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
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 Feel like I'm watching like a kids show. It's good though.
This
It's got
next
all-
title's from the art director of Journey and the team at Giant Squid, who brought you beautiful titles like Abzu and The Pathless. You'll see the DNA of all those games in this one as you surf the sand on your sword and bring the sea back to
Way
life.
of the
This is
Sword.
Sword of the Sea.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, I'm
Sword of the
Matt
Sea.
Nava.
I
I'm
mean.
the creative director at Giant Squid, and I'm very excited to share with you our latest game, Sword of the Sea. Sword of the Sea is a atmospheric adventure game where you surf on a sword. And
Okay.
it is trying to give you the kind of spiritual experience that you get as a surfer, a snowboarder, a skater. It takes a lot of what I've done in my previous games, going back all the way to Journey, Abzu, The Pathless, and you're going to see those elements in the game, but it's going to take you somewhere new. Sword of the Sea is all about movement, getting into a flow state. And that's something that, as a snowboarder, I've experienced myself. I feel like there's this kind of magical experience that you have with these extreme sports. When you're doing it, you actually find this kind of meditative quality. You are moving very quickly, but you get to understand nature in a way that you can't otherwise. You get to see the whole mountain at once, and that lets you kind of connect with the world in a deeper way. And I think that's what we want to do with the game. I'm really excited because Sword of the Sea has music written by Austin Wintory, a longtime collaborator who I work with on Journey, Abzu, The Pathless, and he's done countless other games scores. It also has movement inspired by the old skating and snowboarding games. So if you played the Tony Hawk games, if you played the old snowboarding games, you're going to love the way that you move in Sword of the Sea.
Oh, this looks dope.
We can't really guarantee that the game will be a spiritual experience for players, but what we can do is create the environment, the conditions under which you might have one. Sword of the Sea is coming out this year, August 19th, on the PlayStation 5 and PC, so wishlist now. Thank you.
This next world exclusive is a sequel to a game that has over 4 million players and counting. A runaway hit if there ever was one. But to make a sequel, you have to bring something new to the genre, something evolved, and that's exactly what this developer did.
Since It Takes Two? Hold on. That's kind of wild to say. That's kind of wild to say. Best co-op game since It Takes Two? Hold on. We just got like infinite puzzles. It's like Escape Room Simulator. Escape Academy. Okay, they got a second game.
I'm Wyatt with Coin Crew Games, and we're here to announce Escape Academy 2, Back to School, the sequel to Escape Academy. Escape Academy 2 is an open-world escape room game, where between your escape room classes, you can explore a living and breathing campus that functions as one big escape room. We felt inspired by games like Animal Well and the Legend of Zelda series, and how they leverage free roam puzzle solving, so we're really excited to bring that into the Academy.
Our background as a studio is in building immersive narrative escape rooms. So when we started making a sequel for Escape Academy, we asked ourselves, how can we push that even further? We looked at feedback from the first game, and the #1 most requested feature, by a huge margin, was more Academy, to really get to be a student at the school. This time around, we're going to let you explore the campus, to go to classes, meet other students, and, most importantly, find lots of rooms to lock yourself up in.
What was once a 2D level select map is now a fully realized explorable space. Whether you're returning to the Academy or stepping in for the first time, you'll find yourself in a world full of unique environments, from dusty puzzle archives to hidden rooms in unsuspecting places. The campus is designed to reward curiosity with secrets tucked into every corner for players to discover. From lighting and atmosphere to environmental storytelling, we've pushed every element to heighten immersion and mystery.
Hell yeah.
For Escape Academy 2, our approach to narrative is to really lean into the roleplay of embodying a student at the Academy. You can talk to your fellow escapists to unlock quests, discover lore, and naturally get hit with a deluge of groan-worthy puns. Apologies in advance. Over the course of the game, you'll puzzle your way through character-driven quest lines that string together campus challenges and escape rooms, taking you through your second-year curriculum and the game's central mystery. If you want to get a sneak peek at the game and help us unlock its full potential, join our Discord and sign up for a playtest. We'd love to borrow your brain.
Wishlist Escape Academy 2 today on Steam, and we'll see you when you get back to school.
Okay, he reminds me, the guy in the middle reminds me of
Devo, Smashing Pumpkins, Lush. All these bands are part of the 80s, 90s vibe that
Philip
is
Shabib.
mixtape from the prolific creators of The Artful Escape. But this is not a music game or a game about music. It's a game about life and friends and the music that gets us through it.
Oh hi, I'm Johnny Galvatron from Beethoven the Dinosaur, here in Melbourne Rock City. This is our secret hideout where we make video games. This is one of our artists, Arden. Fuck off.
Oh.
We're the BAFTA award-winning team behind The Artful Escape. But who cares? What's next? We're making a mixtape.
I thought we were in Jeff Keighley's theme. We're in Davido's too. Oh, cool. Mixtape is a coming-of-age action-adventure game about 3 friends on their last night together, listening to a perfectly curated soundtrack. It's a psychedelic retrospective, a musical journey that documents the breadth of their friendship and their greatest hits.
Rude. He hit the car.
The whole game is a mixtape. The music is a mixtape. There's a mixtape of mechanics from skateboarding to pulling slushies, a mixtape of eras, a mixtape of art styles and media designed to take you back to the teenage wasteland.
We gonna get your stash and keep going?
That's a rookie move.
Yeah, have we taught you nothing, Cassandra?
What? We all go up to my room and immediately bolt? Dad, give away your grabbing booze.
But is the music any good? Holy flippin' meatballs, let me tell you all about it. Thank you very much. We got Joy Division, Devo, I love Devo, Smashing Pumpkins, Portishead, Roxy Music, Silverchair, Lush, The Cure, Susie and the Banshees, Stan Bush, the Jesus and Mary Chain,
they got
the
a
unkillable Iggy Pop, and apparently many more.
Are they following us?
Yup. I can't go to prison.
Boxes!
All they're doing is riding a trolley. Hello?
What are we doing?
If death looks you in the eye, dude, don't blink.
Play it on Game Pass day one, wishlisted on Steam, play it on a PlayStation or Epic or whatever.
Whatever.
I thought we were riding together.
I didn't want to get all sweaty and shit.
Fair.
Mixtape. Nothing but the hits.
Did you see that Drinkbox Studios just announced their next title, Blighted, moments ago at the Summer Game Fest? Well, now they're here to give you an in-depth look at the game.
Hey, I'm Ian, the lead designer at Drinkbox Studios.
And I'm Augusto, art director at Drinkbox.
We're excited to finally tell you about our new game, Blighted.
Huh?
Blighted is a hardcore action Metroidvania set in a psychedelic Western
Metroidvania?
nightmare. The game's
The
full of
Metroidvania had to be
mysteries and secrets,
side-scroller.
and one of its coolest features is a dynamic difficulty system that constantly changes the enemies, the player.
What does
and
it
the
mean
world around
for it to
you
be
as you play.
Metroidvania?
People in this world have a sacred ritual. When someone dies, a seed is planted in their brain. Over time, a tree grows from their skull and bears fruit. By eating this fruit, one gains a knowledge and experience of their ancestors.
Okay.
That's how it was for generations. That is, until the one they called Sorcisto defiled the ritual. He discovered that by eating brains raw, he gained immense power. Sorcisto ate the fruits, destroyed the trees, and devoured your entire community. And in doing so, he released a reality-altering disease known as Blight.
No, I know. I know, Momo.
Survivor,
I'm just saying.
you have a singular goal.
They said it's a
Hunt down
Metroidvania.
Sorcisto to reclaim the memories of your people.
Now, like the rest of the world, you're afflicted with blight. It's constantly overtaking you, making enemies aggressive and unpredictable, and changing your perception of the world. You can find ways to suppress it, or you can harness it to fight back even harder. With practice, you'll be chaining together finishers, taking out huge blighted beasts, devouring their brains, and using their memories to fight and explore. With enough blighted memories, you'll start to see new layers of reality, reach hidden locations, and discover new gameplay mechanics.
Blighted marks our studio's first venture into 3D, allowing the art team to bring their designs to a whole new level as they craft gorgeously eerie worlds for you to explore. You'll be making your way through remains of long-dead civilizations and manifested nightmares, through mines carved into the interior of petrified giants and scaffolds to the gods. Drinkbox has a rich history with action games, from Guacamelee to Severed to Nobody Saves the World, and we're excited to craft another one that will put your skills to the test. Blighted will support full co-op like many of our past games, and we're working with composer Jim Guthrie to create a soundtrack you'll never forget. We're excited for you to try the game, and we're aiming to have a playable demo later this year.
Wishlist the game on Steam and follow us on social media to make sure you don't miss it.
This next title is from a bona fide Day of the Devs alumni, Outerloop.
whose games Thirsty Suitors and Falcon Age have both been previously celebrated in our showcases. Outer Loop prides itself on being a minority-led studio with a mission to create accessible but meaningful games about underrepresented cultures and themes, and this title is a beautiful and vibrant example of just that. This is Dosa Divas.
Dosa Divas. What the heck? Lena meals? Yeah, punch that for me. Thank you. This is a turn-based RPG.
No one cooks anymore.
Food in tubes? Yuck. I'm so hungry.
Okay, cooking. What the heck? Okay, yep. Battle your salty sister. Crush her fast food empire. What are we doing? Dosa Divas. Okay.
Hi, I'm Eka, Creative Director of Outer Loop Games, and I want to introduce you to our new game, Dosa Divas, a spicy narrative-based RPG. Platform through vibrant villages, battle corporate goons, reconcile with loved ones, and eat one last meal together before saying goodbye. Double jump, drill, and grapple your way through the world to discover local ingredients, hidden paths, memories, and new friends. Engage in a flavorful turn-based combat system where every attack packs some heat.
Yeah, I guess they hate fast food, huh, Pom? How you doing, mate?
Especially when you time it right. Hitting the action button as the hit lands amplifies your attack damage and strengthens your blocks.
How could anyone hate fast food?
Use boost points at the start of your turn to multiply damage on attacks and skills. Match enemy flavor cravings to break down their defenses and leave them stuffed. Cook up made-to-order food to wake up villagers.
I'm just kidding. I know fast food's questionable at some places.
Cooking system. Delivering delicious, hearty meals reconnects communities with their culture, history, and shared memories, and increases your reputation.
Yum.
Serve up looks by customizing your spirit met goddess. Create your own spicy style with custom wraps and accessories. Dosa Divas, our spicy narrative turn-based combat RPG, will be out in early 2026.
I mean, there's some fast food places that are arguably nice.
Our pals at Heart Machine, creators of Hyperlight Drifter and Hyperlight Breaker, have teamed up with our buds at Devolver. They're mixing things up with surreal, interdimensional demon horror. It's a genre, right? Or is it a genre? Probably should be a genre. Here it is.
Poor guy. Is that a mimic? Oh. Too many customers and we have to wait, so it's not fast anymore? And just order some slow food. Oh, damn! He misses his students. Aww. Possessors. Okay. Oh yeah, he's lost it, bro. Okay, looks cool.
Hi, I'm Miriam, producer at Heart Machine, working on Possessors. Possessors is a search action game set in Senzu.
The same time when you order dine in at a resto,
overrun by demons.
might as well dine in.
What you've just seen is one of 4 animated short we made with Powerhouse Animation. They each tell the story of how a character or a creature from Possessors survived the attacks of the demon, or how they perished. In Possessors, you play as Luca, a teenager from Senzu who was injured in the disaster. Luca was forced to make a deal with a demon named Rem for both of them to survive. Rem possessed her, healed her, and made her strong. Now Luca and Rem are stuck together and forced to get along. They'll have to climb Senzu's skyscraper and fight through hordes of feral demons to escape the city. Along the way, Luca and Rem will discover what Senzu's corporate master were hiding, and piece together what happened by sharing their memory of the past. On behalf of the team, we're all very excited for you to play Possessors, which comes out later this year. In the meantime, you can wishlist Possessor on Steam.
Rise is 72% off? Oh, shit. Oh yeah, it's the Capcom sale.
Be available later
the Capcom sale is going on. There's some good sales on that.
Moonlighter hooked me with its novel shopkeeping gameplay, its clean combat, and its satisfying dungeon-to-market gameplay loop.
Wait, did she change her dress?
I play it all day, and I did. The developers at Spain-based Digital Sun seem to have made some ambitious upgrades to its sequel, including an expansive 3D world, a big change from its previous pixelated form. I hope you're as excited as I am to take a peek at Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault.
Oh, it's the same dress? I thought she changed her dress.
This is Isra from Digital Sun. I'm beyond thrilled to share this event with you and show what's in store for Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault.
Oh, I know this game.
Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault is a sequel to our beloved shopkeeping roguelike. As in the first game, here you venture into ever-changing dungeons to fight enemies and find relics. Then you go to your shop, sell your loot, and turn it into a profit to get better gear. This unique blend of gameplay is what made the first game so special, and now we're bringing it to a whole new dimension of quality and ambition. Talking about new dimensions, this entry begins in Tresna, a plot-brimming town. Here, Will finds himself stranded after one of his adventures. He won't be alone, though. Old and new faces will join him along the way. For now, let's jump straight into the portal, where the adventure unfolds and both battles and looting take place. From the arid lands of Hodu to the grassy
Oh yeah, I gotta buy all the Ari games I don't own.
Mechanics, enemies, and rewards.
I don't actually own Village,
Combat has been vastly improved, with some enemies specialized in ranged weapons, while others focus on close combat. Once you clear a room, several things can happen. You might find a perk, in-run effects that can increase Will's power and unlock new abilities. The other option might sound familiar to veteran merchants, as you can also stumble upon a chest. Inside, you'll find tons of priceless relics. Depending on where you place them, relics will unleash all kinds of effects. Backpack management will influence the outcome of your expeditions, and like in the first game, you'll be able to see the base value of each relic, although backpack effects can double or triple your profit. Let's say that you keep the adventure running. Let's say that you even feel brave enough to face one of Moonlighter's 2 bosses. These battles will put your skills to the test. Take the so-called Herald, for instance. This is one of the first bosses of the game, and shows how the combat has evolved since the first Moonlighter. The Herald will throw projectiles and beams non-stop, forcing you to find cover and dodge hits. He's also protected by a sound barrier that you'll need to deactivate before striking back.
Good mechanics, alright. Solid. Solid mechanics.
It doesn't matter how far you get. Successful runs leads to the same place, your shop. The shop is where you
How did I bully Chad? What did I do?
And try to get the best deals. There are ways to influence the outcome. For now, all I can say is haggle hard, sell harder. Well, there's actually something I can already share with you. Just like the perks in the dungeons, you can also unlock special effects each time you open your shop. They can potentially skyrocket your profit, unleashing powerful synergies and selling streaks. You never know what will happen when you open your shop.
Good.
That's why we call it a shopkeeping roguelike after all. That's it for now. After nearly 7 years since the original Moonlighter was released, we hope you are as excited as we are. Please stay tuned to our socials for all things Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault. See you in Tresna.
Inspired by Pietro Riva's manifesto, Rejector, Thomas feels driven to advance our medium by creating games for new audiences and to hopefully entice those who might not be usually interested in playing a video game to take an interest. From Thomas Waterzoo, creator of Please Touch the Artwork, this is Please Watch the Artwork.
Oh, nice.
Hi. Welcome to Day of the Devs ASMR edition.
Oh my.
My name is Thomas Waterzui, and I'm a developer from Belgium. I'm the creator of Please Touch the Artwork, a series of casual and accessible games based on real paintings, where I explore what would happen if we did touch the artwork. I usually start by choosing a painter I like, and then think about what gameplay could fit their art style. For my third game, I fell in love with American realist painter Edward Hopper. But this time, you're not gonna be touching artworks. You're just gonna be watching them. At night.
What the?
Please Watch the Artwork is a psychological spot the difference game, where you are a night watch at the Museum of Animated Modern Art.
Mama.
In short, Mama. Your job is simple. Watch the paintings and report any anomalies.
Nah, he's trolling.
However, these are not your everyday paintings. They are alive, and there is a mysterious sad clown wandering around, spreading their sadness over all the paintings. You're gonna need a good memory, focus,
You're not supposed to touch
and
it.
lots and lots of coffee to avoid this from happening. If you don't know Edward Hopper, no worries. You don't need to know him to be able to enjoy the game. But he's most famous for his painting, Nighthawks.
Oh, Liza P on sale as
He
well?
depicted
Okay.
themes like loneliness and urban isolation.
It's Steam.
So for me, it made sense to create a psychological
TOS!
horror game. I also wanted a mechanic that made people really look at the paintings, hence the spot the difference gameplay. There are no jump scares in this game, and no monsters. The only things that are chasing you,
Yeah, terms of service. I was just basically,
self-doubt,
I saw boobs
and maybe some
in the
nostalgia
painting, and
towards
I was
Hopper's
like,
America
TOS, don't report
from the
me.
early 20th century. Okay, you've got some clowns, but they are kinda harmless. It's just you, the night, and the paintings. I don't have a release date yet, but you can now wishlist the game on Steam. However, and don't tell this to anyone, it's probably gonna be around Halloween this year. Shh. Thanks to Day of the Devs for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I really hope you like this bizarre little thing I made. Bye-bye.
We've had a long time love affair with this next.
He does love that
Adventure
mic,
Games.
yep.
It goes all the way back to the very first day of the dev.
Did I do the same thing?
Mercenary
Nah,
games.
I'm good.
It's been amazing to see what they've done since then with games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, which is a huge nostalgic bomb, and they're set to deliver again with Marvel Comic Invasion.
Hi, I'm Frédéric Gemus. And I'm Kevin Chiasson. We are part of Tribute Games from Montreal, Canada, and are currently working on Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a retro-inspired beat-em-up set in the Marvel Universe.
Beat 'em up.
Launches an attack across
Beat
the
'em up.
galaxy.
Beat 'em up.
To 15 Marvel superheroes to save the day.
So far, we've announced Captain America, Spider-Man, Venom, Wolverine, Storm, Nova, Phyla-Vell,
and we've just revealed that Rocket Raccoon and She-Hulk are joining the fight.
Each heroes have been designed around their unique strengths and powers. Some of them can take on airborne enemies, while others can deal devastating damage closer to the ground.
We also introduced an exciting mechanic, the Cosmic Swap, a tag team system allowing for instant switching between two heroes, creating powerful combos and unique strategies.
For level design, we recreated iconic Marvel settings such as the Mutant Heaven of Genosha, the high-tech mobile base of S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier, plus a thrilling roster of legendary locations across the cosmos. We had a lot of fun inserting fan-favorite references for you to find out in the background.
Nah, not yet. I don't know what to put in there.
Keep a lookout.
As devoted fans of the Marvel Universe,
maybe like
we saw
$10
this
or
project as a
something, or
huge
$8
honor
or
and a
I don't
great
know.
opportunity to celebrate our childhood's fondest memories.
Well, I just
Who knew that
someone told me the
countless
symbol on
hours
the
spent at the
Final
comic
Fantasy
book
chocobo
shop or the
symbol.
arcades
It's like
would bring
black,
us here
silver,
today.
gold, red.
We hope that Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a true love letter to all fans who grew up with the Marvel Universe.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is coming to PC and consoles this holiday.
And now for something of a moodier persuasion.
That's where the...
A horror fantasy life sim, co-directed by the pixel artist from Celeste.
The other one's the boosters.
With haunting and lovely music from Disaster Piece, composer of Hyperlight Drifter, It Follows, and Fez. And to boot, an amazing group of human developers from Vancouver.
Is the starter deck just cheaper just because it's like not that rare or something? I don't know. Like this was significantly cheaper for 260. What in the...
Hi, I'm Isa, programmer and writer of Neverway.
And I'm Pedro, artist and designer of Neverway, a horror RPG and live sim, and the debut title of our new studio called Blood Inc.
You play the game as Fiona. After quitting your dead-end job, you try to start over on a farm, a place where you can escape from all your problems, and finally it starts fresh.
I should start a farm.
But it gets darker. Fiona will find herself indebted as immortal herald of a dead god. With your sword, you can fight in a fast-paced combat, and you can choose your secondary gear to change how you fight, like a hookshot you just crafted.
But remember, you still need to keep your new life on track. You can do things like shopping at the Cellmart or paying your mortgage using your very own Luna OS computer. You can also befriend or even romance more than 10 characters, each with their own special cutscenes and routines that can interact with each other.
And as you get closer to those characters, you can use those relationships to unlock new compatibilities that change the way you fight.
The commander decks actually had
You can farm, fish, and cook, but Neverway doesn't play like a regular live sim RPG. Time progresses in 3 blocks.
I wonder if those are
morning,
random.
afternoon, and evening. And you choose when to advance by doing things like eating, sleeping, or reading a manual. The idea is to let you set your own pace. So you can choose when you want to fight, or when you just need a break and see your friends.
You will eventually start searching for the Neverway, a decaying nightmarish reality that is slowly leaking into yours. There you will learn what's happening to this dark, post-apocalyptic world as you pay out your debt.
If this sounds like your kind of game, you can wish us Neverway on Steam and stay up to date with our latest announcements. And thank you for watching.
But I didn't check like the first cards from the commanders. I didn't check the prices.
It's time for a world premiere. This one from a studio based in Johannesburg called Nyamako. Their previous title, the postmodern platformer Semblance, earned them a place on Forbes Africa's 30 Under 30 list back in 2018, along with a host of other accolades. And since then, they've been hard at work on Relooted, a heist game which tackles a political and righteous subject matter. Please take a look.
I didn't get anything crazy. I think it was just I got 2 of those ardents though. The exact same.
We need a ride.
Something incognito.
Like a submarine?
No, but also fast.
Like a jet/submarine?
Can you be serious?
Ready.
Hi, I'm Maka, the lead animator at Nyamako.
And I'm Sita, producer at Nyamako.
Relooted is set in the near future, where a new treaty has been signed between the West and Africa. The treaty goes that all African artifacts that are on public display must be returned to their country of origin. But museums are using a loophole to avoid repatriation. They begin to only exhibit artifacts in private. Our heist crew is made up of regular people who band together to see these artifacts returned to their country of origin, operating from a hideout in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Cuckoo, how do you do the mysterious play, guy?
Are you not tired? Rest. We have work to do tomorrow.
In the real world, a French government report estimated that 90% of sub-Saharan African cultural heritage is in the possession of Western collections. That is millions upon millions of deeply important cultural, spiritual, and personal artifacts, including human remains, that aren't in their rightful place. While the locations in the game are vague and invented, the 70 artifacts in Relooted are very much real, and, as of today, reside in Western museums and private collections. Take, for example, the Ngaji drum, a hugely important spiritual item to the Pokomo people of Kenya. It was believed destroyed in 1910. In reality, it had been sent and kept in storage in a European museum. In 2016, a museum let A Bokoma prince? Visit the drum in storage. He was the first Kenyan in over 100 years to see the drum. It still remains in storage today.
Are always there.
Before each mission in Relooted, players will receive a briefing where they can learn more about these artifacts, where they are from, their significance, and how they came to be removed from the African continent.
He was taken to England following the suicide of his father and the defeat of the Ethiopians by the British at Magdala in 1868.
Relooted is a combination of action and puzzle. Once you pick up a target artifact,
and that's
the alarm
fast,
triggers,
that's real time.
and you only have a certain time to
What the
get
heck?
out before security arrests
Speedrun.
you. The puzzle comes in figuring out your plan, and the action comes in executing it. The heists are made up of 3 phases. In phase 1, you case the joint, collecting information about where the targets are and what obstacles you'll face.
From here, we can smash the security glass and get you up to the next floor.
In phase 2, you roam the level, carefully avoiding tripping the alarm and preparing your escape route.
Pretty cool. Nice. Okay.
In phase 3, you execute, flowing through your plan and evading security systems as you carry Africa's heritage home. Relooted is coming to Steam, the Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and S.
A lot of those artifacts tend to be safer.
Now.
I've seen some reports that Repair got resold.
Charming series of games about those little dudes walking around, doing stuff and making music. Well, there's a sequel. Well, kind of a sequel. It's a spiritual successor. It's the core team from Sony Japan that made the OG games, coming back at you with more charming little dudes doing stuff while making music. Here it is.
こんにちは。パタポンの原作者であり、
Oh, it's Patapon.
ラタタンの開発をしております。
Oh, that's right. They're now working on Ratatan.
そして私はラタタンのリードプロデューサーを務める坂尻和人と申します。
They can plan to
私は
restart the
現在
cycle, yeah.
サーフィンやランニング、そして大
That
好
was
きな
alright,
けん
Tuna.
玉の練習を
I
し
didn't
て
get
いる
anything
時以
crazy.
外
I
は
didn't pull anything crazy.
常にラタタンがより面白くなるように
I
努
want
力
to say
を
10 USD
してい
is
るとこ
probably
ろ
the
になり
highest
ま
card,
す。
but I'll need to double check.
ラタタンはよりカラフルなデザインと、オンラインマルチプレイモード、ローグライトなど新たなゲームデザインに取り組んで日々開発を行っています。
そして皆さんと一緒に育ててきたファンベースはとても素晴らしいものであり、コミュニティに投稿していただける応援のメッセージとか、可愛らしいファンアートにはいつも励まされています。
プロデューサーとして日々この業界の苦しさを感じております。ですがこのように自分たちの好きなゲームが作れることに日々喜びを感じています。我々インディーチームですので、まだまだ皆さんの支援が必要となります。今日は、新しいトレーラーをお持ちしましたので、ぜひご覧いただきたいと思います。それではどうぞ。
Ratata, ratata. It's basically like Patapon, but different. Just renamed the Patapons. Oh yeah, it's basically Patapon. This music. Jam, 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 jam. Oh damn, they got a roguelike system? That's pretty cool. What the? Fuck, Ratatan's crashed the scene. Who are you? Fight your way to the ever after. Da-da-da. Oh my god. God, these tracks.
Day of the Devs そして素晴らしいファンの皆さんに感謝を込めまして乾杯
Such as glasses of
game,
milk.
led by the legendary Warren Spector of Epic Mickey and Deus Ex fame, is a totally new take on stealth. His talented team is making something like nothing else. It's an evocative game set in a turn-of-the-century universe, and I cannot wait to play it.
Hi, I'm Warren Spector, Chief Creative Officer at Other Side Entertainment. At Other Side, we don't play it safe. We take chances, we tackle hard problems, and we do what's right for games and gamers. And what's right now is Thick as Thieves. It's a multiplayer stealth action.
Oh yeah.
Unlike any action.
Yeah, we saw a trailer for this last time.
We
didn't see gameplay though.
Response to the idea and what we've been able to show has been terrific.
Multiplayer
the team behind
heist.
The game is so excited by the response that
PvP
we want to
heist.
show you more. So here's an early pre-alpha sneak peek at Other Side's upcoming player-powered game, Thick as Thieves.
I just wanted to get the treasure and get out or something. Different classes.
So we're trying to have all the bells and whistles of an immersive stealth game, like hiding in shadows, understanding NPC pathing and vision cones and timing your movements with them, and lockpicking your way through a guarded location. The X factor to me, however, is probably the presence of other players in the same game.
Yep. Okay.
The thing is, I could study the AI all day long. I could study the levels all day long. But the other thing is, I don't know what another player is going to do. Are they going to actually pickpocket me? Making, situations that are just so fun. Something that won't happen in another match ever again. I think that's the thing that I'm looking most forward to seeing players do.
I can feel like a real master of stealth or deceit or cunning because I'm not just outsmarting NPC AI, which can be satisfying, but it's an actual human being that I'm getting the best of.
So one of our core design pillars in Thick as Thieves is to play with your ears. And to me, that means a lot as audio director because you understand your surroundings at all times. You understand where you are on the map. You can hear where other thieves are. You can hear other threats like guards. You could also be able to tell like, oh, I'm in this quiet environment and then I can hear outside it's very loud. So I'm thinking to myself, wow, okay, if it's raining and there's a thunderstorm, maybe that can mask some of my sounds so I can kind of go in undetected.
That's cool. They actually go in depth with
and
the
a lot
audio.
of this is not faked. If you hear a train in the background in the distance, there's actually a train passing by in the world. Every thief for themselves, right? Thieves going at it 1v1v1. And one thing that I really like to do is kind of stay back in the shadows and watch everyone go at it. People are falling into my traps and then just waiting for the right moment to swoop in.
So every match is always fresh to me. The weather changes, the locations of the clues or the loot, the guard patrols, and of course the players are always on their own separate quests, so really anything can happen.
That's far enough.
We've been working on this game for a while now, and I'm just totally stoked that other people are excited about it too. I really want to get this game in front of more players as soon as we can, and I'm hoping that many of you will sign up for a playtest. We'd love to get your feedback on the game, and we'd love to show you what we've been putting together over here. So, thank you very much.
This is a new title from a long-time collaborator of ours, both at Double Fine Presents, where we published our game Kids, and here at Day of the Devs, where we've highlighted titles like Time Flies. Here's a first look at their new game, Pocket Boss.
Pocket Boss.
Hi, I'm Mario. I'm roughly half of a small studio called Playables based in Zurich, Switzerland. I worked on games like Plug and Play and Kids. But now I'm looking forward to show you something brand new, Pocket Boss. Pocket Boss is a short game about the small joys of manipulating data. As a remote worker, you're in touch with your boss through a chat interface and will get all kinds of requests. Be smart, erase competitors with one swipe of a finger, navigate the stock market without crashing, and generally find easy solutions for hard problems. Your boss will verify if everything looks correct and, most importantly, beautiful. But as you do all that, the charts start to get a life of their own. They go wild. Will you be able to tame them? Or maybe even find your own satisfaction on your way to success? Pocket Boss is an intimate encounter with data exploring the secret life of charts. The game will come out later this year.
Manipulating data? Is that what we're doing?
You can find more information and a link to the Steam page on pocketboss.ch.
Well, that's a mic.
Thank you.
This autobiographical game is all about food and our complicated relationship with what we eat and what we see when looking at the scale. Its unique gameplay unpacks the frustration and even the strange humor of cooking, eating, working out, and more. And we finally have a release date.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Hi, I'm AP.
We're the co-directors of Consume Me.
Consume Me won the Seamus McNally Grand Prize at the 2025 Independent Games Festival.
More importantly, it's about to get its release date announced at Day of the Devs.
After we talk specifically about how cool it is.
Did you feel like a complete jerk and or a loser in high school? Well, I did.
And I did not stop her from spending several years of her adult life letting me make a hardcore role-playing game about it with her.
I was not my high school valedictorian. My grades were a toilet emoji. Furthermore, 0 European museums had ever yet featured an exhibit of my art. So the only thing I could think of to want to do was get hot. That's where you come in. Are you tough enough to help cartoon me get hot?
Each story chapter in Consume Me sees Jenny with new goals and not enough time to comfortably accomplish them.
You, the player, must manage her schedule by making meticulous decisions about how to spend her free time.
Every activity costs or boosts different resources. These activities often involve mechanically hilarious minigames.
In Consume Me, putting food on your lunch plate is a puzzle game.
You can buy a sponge at the corner store to make the hitbox bigger in the bathroom cleaning minigame, and you can also wear a special outfit that results in your mom giving you more money if you clean the whole bathroom.
Yoga might kill you.
Encounter cash on the street while walking your dog.
This part is based on real life, by the way. 1 out of every 16 times I walked my dogs over the past 4 years, I've encountered a crisp 20 on the ground.
Can you win the heart of the boy of your dreams? Can you hold on to it? Can you chart a course toward a sustainable future? Can you fit just one more to-do goal on your plate? Or is it already full to bursting?
More importantly, does any of this matter, either in the game or in real life?
We don't have time to spoil the story here.
So you'll have to find out yourself when Consume Me comes to Steam on September 25th, 2025.
Please wishlist it as soon as you can.
Seriously, at the rate of $20 per 16 dog walks, it is going to take me 1,095.89 years to earn $1 million, and we need to make another game after this.
Thanks.
Thanks.
What the heck? Okay.
Sometimes great games can go unnoticed. If you're lucky, maybe you build a small cult audience, but very rarely do those games go on to inspire huge games like Undertale. That's exactly what happened with this game, originally released in 2008, and now seeing a release on Steam and Switch.
Chat can't find money, Gray.
Hello, I am Mortis Ghost, a Brussels-based comic book artist and creator of the game Off.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was Deltarune. Off? Which is
Off is a game I made 15 years ago when I was still a big, sweetie, drooling crybaby. It's a Japanese-inspired RPG where you control a baseball batter chasing ghosts in a cubic, strange world. I made this game with no other ambition than to create something funny to show my friends and a few people on the internet. But it got out of my control and became very famous. The reason is that the game is somehow cursed. It harbors a diabolical force that I can't describe. I ask you please not to play.
Please don't play my game.
Hi, I'm Jack Murphy, a dev on Off.
I'm Ryan Allier and the studio director. It's been a pleasure to work with Mortis Ghost to bring Off to fans old and new.
Off has inspired many indie RPGs over the years, such as One Shot and Undertale.
Hey everyone, it's Toby. Off was a big inspiration to me and Undertale,
it's an old game,
and I hope you will take this chance to play it either for the first time or the 100th time. Oh.
Off celebrates its 17th anniversary this year, and we've worked hard to preserve its original spirit as we bring it to modern platforms.
In addition, Mortis Ghost has designed 6 new bosses for returning
This is older than
Plus, we have a new soundtrack, which you're
Undertale.
hearing right now,
15
and
years old.
revamped combat. We're proud to announce Off's release date for Nintendo Switch and Steam.
No. August 15.
And now, a world premiere from a studio based in Quebec called Game Team 6. This is their second game together, and it's one of those where the title kind of tells you all you really need to know and has you sold before you've even seen a pixel. Please enjoy your first look at Tire Boy.
Tire Boy, okay.
Hi, I'm Corey Martin.
I'm Thomas Tobin.
And I'm Andy Chmelenko. We're co-creators of Game Team 6, a small studio from Canada making heartfelt games with big ideas. We're so excited to introduce you to Tire Boy, a playful action-adventure platformer about a tire
Oh, you're
person.
actually a tire.
Tire Boy is fast and
Or
nimble,
is he inside the
leaping through lush
tire? I can't tell.
environments, solving environmental puzzles and taking on heroic battles.
I think he's actually the tire. Hold on, this is sick.
All while helping locals and uncovering his own past. Tire Boy may be the last of his kind and was lost as a child. At the start of the game, we learn how he was raised by a large owl named Neswick and doesn't know much about his family or
those are what people are
ancestors.
playing today.
It's a story about connection
June
and
Awakening came out
curiosity
yesterday, well,
as
early
Tire Boy
access, and then
journeys
Lies
through
of
a
P
vast,
DLC
unfamiliar
today,
world,
and then
searching for
Splitgate
purpose and
as well.
traces of his forgotten origins.
Many of the locals have grown fond of Tire Boy. They'll often ask him for things
that?
ranging from small
brother.
favors to the game's main objective, which is to repair a giant radio transmitter to help the local community make contact with long-lost travelers. In spite of its silly premise, we're striving to make the world feel really grounded and genuine.
Another thing we've emphasized throughout development is being
Hello,
playful
brother.
with the scale of things in the world, wanting to make the player feel small and make you feel like a kid, giving you that childlike experience of feeling like everything around you is impossibly big. And that has a meaningful impact on gameplay, given that you move fast and it feels more satisfying to do so in a big, sprawling world.
Tire Boy is weird, heartfelt, and
What
full of
the
little
heck?
surprises. And we've built it to feel like a place you'll want to come back to, whether you're chasing big moments or just soaking in the quiet ones.
Hey! Yeah, there's no head in there. I think he's just a tire.
Wishlist Tire Boy on Steam now and follow @tireboygame.com on Blue Sky to keep up to date. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
Who doesn't love a vacation? Toem took us on a delightful expedition, and the sequel, Toem 2, takes us even further from 2D to 3D. Something we made from Sweden does it again.
Hello everyone, I'm Lucas.
And I'm Niklas.
Co-founders
Something
and
We Made,
developers
oh.
at Something We Made. Some of you might remember us, or even better, our little game Toem from 2021's showcase.
Making Toem was an adventure on its own. We never thought it would bring
this.
a whole chapter afterwards filled with love from all around the world. And that's
2021.
why it's exciting and honestly a bit scary returning to something so dear to our and others' hearts. We teased the game at Wholesome Snack in December, and we're beyond stoked to show the game for the very first time.
Have you ever watched the clouds?
Toem 2 is still a photography adventure that resides in a whimsical
That's a
world,
sequel to the
where
first
the
one.
main objective is to photograph a phenomenon known as Toem. Set a few years after the original game, our protagonist now jumps into their biggest adventure yet. And what the phenomenon is this time, well, you'll have to discover that yourself.
Along their journey, they'll stumble
Give
upon
her, like,
special
a build
NPCs
deck
we
or-
call friends, each with their own personality and questline. These friends allow deeper relationships for the player, aiding them
I'm just
through
curious.
fears and difficulties,
Need a-
hence becoming friends.
Well, I don't have enough cards to like make my own.
Each friend gives the player what we call a camera tool.
I don't know.
These tools allow new and
first.
interesting ways of interacting with the world through your camera. For example, the scissors, which cut things. Or take the hammer, which...
How many is an actual deck?
You guessed it. It's great for smashing stuff.
100 in Commander. Like,
as you
like
might have
you
noticed,
need, or
we have
that's just
updated
the
the
max?
visuals. It's a crafty
You need
mix of
100.
render styles that allows us to reimagine the world without compromising on the vibes.
In standard is what?
And finally, and maybe most importantly, we have a new movement system. It's probably the biggest change compared to Tone 1, and you can now jump and climb your way through the environment. It adds a lot of playfulness for us when designing quests and regions, ultimately making the world feel more free and open. And don't you worry, the handy camera continues to be the main gameplay component. This time, we made it feel a bit faster and snappier. And tying that in with the new movement, we can't wait to see the photos you'll take.
So to recap, more story, updated visuals, and a fun new movement system, but still the very same Shield and Coast experience. The whole team is working so very hard to make Tone 2 something that can stand proudly besides the original game, celebrating what worked while improving the rest. So if you're interested to learn more, go wishlist the game and join our Discord. See you all real soon.
Hello. My old cards, but you can't. I'm assuming I can't use those anymore.
Support Day of the Devs, and you just don't know what to do? We have a new collaboration with our partners at the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences. They have an annual program called Game Maker Sketchbook, which sees a celebration of artistry in games. And we don't mean just concept art, we mean character designs, we mean storyboards, we mean iconography. All the different kinds of art that go into developing a game, they are putting a spotlight on, and it's awesome. This year we worked with an illustrator called Nimit Malavia to make this epic piece that features characters from all the best games of the year. Literally dozens and dozens of characters, a veritable Where's Waldo of every game character that you love. That print is limited edition and on sale at imapit.com. All the proceeds go to the AIAS Foundation and Day of the Devs. Literally, we're nonprofits asking for your dough, but like it doesn't just mean giving money. It means you get something in return too. Isn't that a joyous thing?
We want to give a huge shout out to our flagship sponsor at Xsola, who really helped make Day of the Devs happen this year. Xsola is a global video game commerce company that aligns with our mission to help developers connect directly with players and sell more games, without giving up control or extra revenue. Launching today is a new Day of the Devs activation on the Xsola Mall to spotlight some of our favorite games from recent Day of the Devs showcases. Scan the QR code below or head to this URL to explore some amazing indie games. And thanks again to Xsola for supporting this celebration of creativity and community.
Too long.
Thank you, Greg, for that riff on Xsola. We are so happy to have them as our flagship sponsor. But we also have some other sponsors to thank because it takes a village to support Day of the Devs. We are a nonprofit and every little bit helps.